Hi, folks. Welcome to Cup of Joe. I'm Joe Patriot, and it's good to have you back. This week, I'm going to talk about GESARA, and there happens to be 20 facts that come along with GESARA Act. Okay? Now, before we get into the 20 facts, I just want to give a little outline here. The whole GESARA Act, it came into effect as part of the farmers in the United States of America. As part of the twisting of the truth and the twisting of the facts that the legal system brought in to the United States, okay, in, with the founding fathers, there was some interesting stories that occurred, with Benjamin Franklin being one of them, okay, and I'm going to touch on it a little later, but to begin with, we know that the original Constitution is no longer really in effect because the deep state and their conspirators basically turned the constitutional United States of America into the United States of America Incorporated, all caps, made it a corporation. And when they did that, the Constitution, which was titled the Constitution of the United States of America, was, when they twisted it into the corporation, they do this all the time, okay? What they did was they changed the wording. And when they changed the wording, they said the Constitution for the United States. So it's not even the same document. You see how these deceitful vipers operate? They did the same thing when the Global Economic Securities and Reformation Act was put together to bring the United States, first of all, back to its constitutional position. Well, what they did is they knew that GESARA, the acronym, stood for Global Economic Securities and Reformation Act. What did they do? Okay. On January 7th, 2005, President Bush announced the establishment of a bipartisan panel to advise on options to reform the tax code to make it simpler, fairer, and more pro-growth to benefit all Americans, okay? So that's the way they put it. They embellish it there, blah, blah, blah. We're really trying to help you out. But no, in there, and I'd like to get into it, but I bet you it has, the digital currency, and not really explain how they're going to control your purchases based on your mindset. No, they didn't go there. But anyways, okay. So I just wanted to bring that up, okay? And what I'm going to go to now.
Yeah, so what Bush and his cronies did was they made up this. They knew that the true NESARA and GESARA Act was a benevolent, act to get rid of the fraudulent legal system, the fraudulent banking system, and the fraudulent political aspect of it, okay, by making it a corporation, okay? So what they did is they hid the truth by creating They kept the acronym, but the words are different, okay? And rather than it being the National Economic Securities and Reformation Act, no, what they called it was the National Economic Stabilization and Recovery Act, okay? And supposedly written in the 70s prior to the actual NESARA and GESARA Act, okay? So that original act was brought to the attention of Bill Clinton in 99, the last year of his presidency, and Clinton, being the deep state operative that he was, refused to sign it. Well, the Navy SEALs and the Marines had brought the act to him for him to sign, okay? Because that 1933, in 1933, when the U.S. had gone bankrupt and had gone back to England for support, what had happened was the British said, yeah, we can help you out, but we're going to have to confiscate the people's gold for collateral, and then there's going to be a 66-year payment plan to get yourself out of to pay your bankrupt fees, okay? So that would have taken it to 99. So in 99, when they were no longer a part of that bankruptcy deal, the military, the white hats in the military, took it upon themselves to present it to Bill Clinton. He wouldn't sign it. So they forced him at gunpoint to sign it. You're the chief in command. You must sign this. And he refused to. So they knew he was a deep state operative. So they forced him at gunpoint. And it was supposed to be implemented, believe it or not, on September 11th, 2001. And what happened? That's the reason why Building 7 went down. It contained the gold that supposedly was going to bring in GESARA. Okay? And they confiscated the gold, and that's another story, okay? But anyways, so let's get back to the real facts of the real GESARA, okay? So here we are right now.
Okay, so the Global Economic Securities and Reformation Act, Fact 1. It cancels all credit card, mortgage, and other bank debt due to illegal banking and government activities. Many refer to this as a jubilee or a complete forgiveness of debt. Number 2, it abolishes income tax, which is unconstitutional. Number 3, it abolishes the IRS, with employees of the IRS being transferred to the U.S. Treasury in the National Sales Tax Department. Number 4, creates a 17% flat rate, non-essential, new items only sales tax revenue for the government. In other words, food and medicine will not be taxed, nor will used items such as homes and vehicles and so forth. 5, increases benefits to senior citizens. Number 6, it returns constitutional law to all courts and legal matters. Number 7, reinstates the original title of Nobility Amendment. Now, that's the amendment that was added in 1810 to the Constitution that basically stated that any nobility, anybody at any level of government, be it municipal, state, or federal, any government employee with ties to the crown or nobility, so either they were given, a title of a lord or a knight or what have you, okay? they would have their citizenship revoked, okay? Because you can only serve one master. You can't serve the United States of America on one side of your face and on the other side of your face serving the queen or the crown, okay? So no nobility. So that will be reinstated. 8, the establishes new presidential and congressional elections within 120 days of GESARA's announcement. The interim government will cancel all national emergencies and return us back to a constitutional law. Number 9, monitors elections and prevents illegal elections and activities of special interest groups. 10, creates a new U.S. Treasury rainbow currency backed by gold, silver, and platinum precious metals, ending the bankruptcy of the United States initiated by Franklin Roosevelt in 1933. That's when the people had to give back their money, okay? And they had worked out a deal with the Crown to help them with their bankruptcy. It was a 66-year deal that ended in 99. And from there, history changed, and we're going to get to that. I don't know if we're going to get to it next week or the week after, but in the near future, I'm watching as everything sort of unfolds, and so you don't think I'm out of my tree, so that you understand that, yeah, certain steps are being taken and followed. You know, you can't get from the first level of a building to the second level in one step. No, it takes like 14, 15 steps, you know? Okay. So, let's go to 11, okay? 11 forbids the sale of American birth certificate records as chattel property bonds by the U.S. Department of Transportation. Okay? So, a lot of what I'm reading here is pertaining to the states, but in most cases, what happened in the States happened in every other country, okay? 209 of those nations anyways that are, you know, dealing with the fiat dollar and trying to get rid of this phony deal, okay? So, 12, initiates a new U.S. Treasury bank system in alignment with constitutional law. 13, eliminates the Federal Reserve System. During the transition period, the Federal Reserve will be allowed to operate side by side of the U.S. Treasury for 1 year in order to remove all Federal Reserve notes from the money supply. 14, restores financial privacy. 15, retrains all judges and attorneys in constitutional law. So, the Law Society, the bar, will be thrown out because it's based on fraud. Okay? And they're going to go back to constitutional law, and those judges, magistrates, lawyers, whatever, that will not, who will not accept the retraining will be dealt with because they were either compromised or, okay? 16, ceases all aggressive U.S. government military actions worldwide. 17, establishes peace throughout the world. 18, releases unprecedented prosperity with enormous sums of money for humanitarian purposes. 19, enables the release of over 6,000 patents of suppressed technologies that are being withheld from the public under the guise of national security, including free energy devices, anti-gravity, and sonic healing machines. And 20, it will bring in the quantum financial system, which is the QFS, It'll bring in the quantum voting system, which is the QVS, and global currency reset, which is the GCR. And then the revaluation of currencies. That's the RV. Okay, so these are the 20 facts that come along with the Global Economic Securities and Reformation Act. Now, I don't know whether you've taken the opportunity within the last couple of weeks. I mean, I've been discussing this. The last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been discussing BRICS and the outgoing systems that are based on the fiat currency, and you can see it sort of losing its value. Just look at the stock exchanges. Look at the currency exchanges. And you currently have companies, BlackRock, JP Morgan, all these companies, all the top officials are all selling. Look at Bezos, even Amazon, they're all selling their shares. What's going on? They know what's coming. They see it, but they don't say it. You got to watch what these players are doing to have an idea where we're going. So, with that's really all I wanted to touch on this week. Was I wanted you to get an understanding. So, I'm going to put the links to all this stuff. I'm going to put and more. Okay, and for the last couple of weeks, if you go down to the description down below, you're going to see that I'm been putting links to some pretty good sources. Everything from books to read to websites to go and check out. There's even the Book of Hundreds. That is a really important book, and it is a little dry to read at some points, but there are other parts, other chapters that'll just fly by. It's just, so informative of what was, what happened, and what will come back to us, okay? You'll be able to, it talks about also the plea of abatement. And that's an important part of common law, plea of abatement. Plea of abatement basically is a very important factor of gaining your power back, okay, as a man, woman, or child. If we consent to being the person, and I hope you understand that concept of he who creates, the basis of law, okay, he's a foundation. And he who creates a law. That's the basis of real law. Okay? If you design something, if you invent something, if you write a book, if you write a song, whatever, you're the one who gets, unless you made an agreement with somebody that you were going to, whatever. But for the most part, we retain our power when we know that we are the man, woman, or child. God created us. God gave us our rights. Okay? Not our fellow man. Okay? So there's nothing that your fellow man or woman can ever write. There's nothing there's nothing. There's nothing. There's no act. There's no legislation. There's no and another thing, a mandate. A mandate. Look up the word mandate. That is an agreement between two persons. Becomes a mandate. One person cannot submit a demand on another person and call it a mandate. A mandate, no. Two parties have to agree. Okay? So come on, people, wake up. Do your own research. Stop swallowing the Kool-Aid. Okay? These people are evil. They're trying to take away your rights, and they're playing on your stupidity. They're playing on your ignorance because, well, you're too amused with Honey Boo Boo and Duck Dynasty to go and do your own research. I suggest to you that you put aside Honey Boo Boo and Duck Dynasty and the NBA and the NHL and, okay? Put that all aside and go and educate yourself and find out what's the truth. Seek the truth. The truth will set you free. Okay, folks? So this one's going to be a short one this week, but I want you to dig into this stuff. Okay? And check out those links that I have down there. And put some comments. Come on, people. I want to hear what's going on with you. What things do you want to talk about? What things are you not sure of? What things do you want me to help explain to you? Okay? I love you all, and I would hate for anything, any mischief or anything bad to happen. Okay? Inform yourself. Do yourself a favor. Inform yourself and inform your friends and family and the people that you care for. Okay? I love you. And please like, share, and subscribe, please. Let's get this thing boiling. Okay? We got to get the message out, and we've got to wake up our fellow brothers and sisters. Okay? I love you all, and may God bless.